With the clock ticking down to the Bitcoin spot ETF approvals, rumors are running rampant that it is approved and ready for liftoff. But will Bitcoin see a gargantuan 15% daily candle that has not been witnessed since the great bust of 2020? Or will Bitcoin initiate its largest rejection dump in the history of baby bullcoin? The Moon Boys are absolutely buzzing today as more and more information is coming out that potentially this Bitcoin spot ETF or these Bitcoin spot ETFs are a done deal, and the market is reacting favorably. And we're going to jump into exactly what this means and what we're seeing right now. So if you love gains, busters, pumping in, and pumping on, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and without any further ado, let's take a look here. So first of all, Anthony Scaramucci had a tweet, and many other people as well tweeted, "It's done." Most likely, a lot of people are speculating referring to the ETFs, which Will Clemente questioned. Very likely here. However, also, according to Andrew, whispers and internal conversations at multiple Bitcoin ETF firms that we are a full go. Source, barring a dramatic buzzer beater type reversal, expecting approval no later than Monday. And an additional source saying that we could get the call tomorrow, but more likely Monday. And here's the deal. If you're watching this and thinking, oh, give me a break, this thing's going to get rejected, well, let's take a look at that. If the SEC were to deny all the spot Bitcoin ETFs, the applicants would immediately sue, and the DC Court of Appeals would rule again that the SEC was arbitrary and capricious, says the U.S. securities lawyer James Murphy. So basically, it would be a complete firestorm if these ETFs were rejected. It's looking, all the evidence is pointing to the fact that yes, they probably will get approved in literally days. So very unlikely. And if they do get rejected, you better believe that there is going to be an uproar here, right? And there's a lot of, basically, I mean, even the courts are ruling against these Bitcoin spot ETFs to get rejected, meaning they're in support of them being approved, considering for pizza's sake, we've had Bitcoin futures for years. Why do we not have Bitcoin spot ETFs? And that's exactly what the courts decided months ago, and why it's very likely we're about to see Bitcoin spot ETF approvals. Also, ETF applicant Bitwise survey shows that nearly 90% of advisors that are interested in purchasing Bitcoin are waiting until after a spot Bitcoin ETF is approved to do so. This is the definition of like the money hasn't gotten here yet. This is not priced in. Guys, if the ETF gets rejected or approved, in my opinion, neither of those are priced in. Right? We saw about 3 months ago, and let's just show this. About 3 months ago, I believe it was October 16th. I remember this day. Right around here, we had like the Cointelegraph guy posting the fake ETF approval like 3 months ago, and the price shot up. And up until that point, there were so many bearish people that were saying, oh, the ETF's priced in. If it gets approved, we're just going to dump. And that proved absolutely the ETF is not priced in. Actually, not this chart. That's the Bitcoin dominance chart. It's this chart right here, October 16th. You can see this big wick, right? Let me actually zoom in. This big wick. There was the news that, oh, it was approved, and then within like an hour or even less, it was like, oh, actually, that was just fake news by a Cointelegraph intern. And basically that proved to people that this is not priced in. And I mean, for pizza's sake, people were saying the Bitcoin spot ETF was priced in when it was at 27,000. Here we are, 60, 70% higher, a couple, almost $20,000 higher than that. And people are still saying it's priced in. Guys, it is not priced in. Absolutely not priced in. When the Bitcoin spot ETFs are approved, I absolutely expect, whether it's short term or even midterm, it takes a while, whatever, the Bitcoin price will rise. And also we have the Bitcoin having, this is a no-brainer. I can't even believe I have to try to justify this to people that have been wrong for the entire last 13 months, okay? This is not priced in. So I think that's really important to highlight kind of where we are. So if we actually look at Bitcoin's chart at this very second, as these are still just rumors. There's been no official confirmation. Maybe by the time this video gets uploaded, who knows? It's possible that it gets confirmed. But the point is, on rumors, Bitcoin price is rising, okay? We've been dealing with this for 3 months. And for 3 months, we've just seen more proof that Bitcoin will explode when these Bitcoin spot ETFs are approved. Will there be a sell the news event? Could we see a dump? Absolutely, right? It might be for a day, it might be for a week. It's irrelevant, because if you fast forward, this is likely going to be, amongst many other things that are coming in just the first couple months of 2024, a massive catalyst for Bitcoin price. So really looking at the Bitcoin chart, we're still holding on top of the 21-day moving average. There's just, let's take a look here. Bitcoin dominance still kind of struggling to get above this long-term, like 13-month resistance. Support now turned resistance. If we look on Bitcoin's chart here, again, we're still maintaining even this upward sloping trend line, which has been support for the past year. The stock market as well, it's trying to hold on its 21-day moving average here. We have the DXY actually having more of a red day today as well. But ultimately, if we look at Bitcoin's weekly chart, it's very clear that, we already got this golden crosser. We're in the process of getting it right now. But it's very clear to me that this is imagine what this chart will look like when we get on Twitter and you see that Bitcoin spot ETF has been approved, right? I absolutely cannot say that without also saying, imagine what it'll look like if we get on and we see Gary Gensler found another reason and the Bitcoin spot ETFs get rejected, right? I think that's so obvious. But the fact that people are still trying to make the case that all of a sudden that the top of the bull market that has barely started ends because we get a Bitcoin spot ETF approval, simply because they look back to the 2017 bull market, that at the very end of it, there was a futures ETF approval, futures approval that didn't even require physical Bitcoin to be held. So vastly different. It's crazy the amount of narratives and things people will make up to try to show why Bitcoin's going back to $0. It's absolutely insane. Basically, this video is to sum up. It looks very likely like we're seeing more and more of this Bitcoin spot ETF approval stuff heat up. And literally any minute, I think we could see this approval. So it's not just big, this is gigantic. And sign up with Femex or Big Up below. It takes 30 seconds if you're interested in acquiring or interested in buying Bitcoin, altcoins, trading, whatever it is. Without any further ado,